a double L 978 dirt eliminator for potato harvest. Here's some tips and tricks, some things we've done to make them a little better, and I'll share it with you now. You can comfortably put 10 pickers on this machine, 4 up here in this front area where this plywood is, and then 6 in the rear. We extended out the roof, didn't get a paint job that matched very good, but we extended out the roof to give them a little more shade. We added plywood to keep the wind off them a little more. Here we made some mats just out of rubber belting so that the cold wind couldn't blow up through these slats, and also the rubber belting makes it a little more comfortable to stand on. Gives it a little cushion. This year the pickers had the idea, let's add some pool noodles, because as you're leaning against this rail all day long picking, it's really hard on your hips, and so the cushion of the pool noodle makes it a little more comfortable. It worked good. It was a good idea, and I think we'll continue to do it. Here in the front of the machine, we have the stinger option. So this stinger can swing side to side so that you can mount it right up against your even flow tub and get it just right. And so the even flow dumps onto this. You can adjust this height with this hydraulics and then turn on and off with that. So the stinger dumps onto your first star table, lower star table. This is where 90% of the dirt will come out, right here. It'll fall through down onto this lower dirt belt and move towards the middle of the machine to be discharged. So here is where the dirt all comes out. That front belt moves towards the middle here and dumps. This belt comes from the rear of the machine and dumps. And then this little belt, you can choose with this direction lever which way you want it to run, either discharge out that way or discharge this way. And then you'll have your dirt pilers that'll dump into a dump truck. So here in the front of the machine, where the pickers stand, you've got just belted chain to let all the debris fall through that you can. And then the pickers, if they pick any foreign material, they dump it in these chutes, and these chutes just dump right down on the dirt belt. Then up in the middle of the machine here, you've got a second star table, and then what they call a galaxy table that does additional cleaning, has lots of adjustments, so you can adjust it to the digging conditions, wet, mud, or dry clods, lots of vines, lots of options. The control box here is all variable speed, so you can adjust the belt speed, fan speed, everything to fine tune it how you want. Here's the hydraulic, one of the main hydraulic motors, and the hydraulic reservoir, and then a cooling fan to run through like a radiator type system to cool the oil. And we just put this little roof over it to keep the weather off the machine and keep the snow and rain and sun off. And then here in the rear, this is the rear picking station. 6 ladies can fit here easily. 3 chutes on each side for debris to go in. And once again, belted chain for the debris to fall through. And then another good option we did this year was bought a bunch of these stools at the secondhand store, the Goodwill store, and that way they could sit on them and rest their legs a little bit as they picked. Here in the rear of the machine, this discharge, you can adjust the height of the discharge with the turnbuckle that's right there to match up with your conveyors so that you don't drop the potatoes far and bruise them. And then these slots right here are an air knife. So you turn on this blower, it blows air up and through, and it gets a lot of the light material like vines, corn crowns, light dirt that's rubbed off, blows it up and over the conveyor, and then the potatoes just land on the conveyor, and then they'll go into your piling area, whether that's transloading onto a truck or into your potato cellar. And that fan speed is adjustable at the control box. I don't run it wide open because it's kind of loud and the pickers don't like the noise, and so I just run it at a speed that is as loud as everything else that's running so that it's not additional noise, and works pretty good. Gets out everything as a last resort. So that's the Double L 978, and it's a good machine and it's worked well for us. Gets a lot of the dirt out, has a lot of adjustability, and we've done a few of our own adjustments and fine tuning to make it work for our operation. But it's a good machine. Let me know in the comments if you're running a 978.